Welcome to the Creation Evaluation Station, where I give in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old. Mostly Lego, but other products as well. I also review and discuss other creative works such as movies, cartoons, and video games. Today we will be discussing a rumor slash leak, actually I think it's more of a leak than it is a rumor, of a Optimus Prime set coming out. I believe it would be May, supposed to be coming out. Now, I am not a news source. I've heard this from other channels, and like most of these leaks, it's usually done on paperwork, meaning they've got set numbers and descriptions and titles and such like that, and that could all change. The fact that there is a Transformer set coming out this year, well, it's surprising and not surprising. It's not surprising because the Transformers movie, the next Transformers movie, is supposed to come out this year, but it's been postponed to next year. The fact that this is still coming out means that there's probably nothing spoiling the movie. So this is probably at least very Gen 1 looking, Generation 1 if you're not familiar. And just such, like I said, I am not a news site, and this is just me talking about what I think about this and such, and discussing it with you, my viewers. So let's see, keep the thoughts straight here. Yeah, if you don't know already, I am a big Transformers fan. You probably can't see it because it's off to I try to keep it off camera, although there's a lot here in the background that you can see, but over here on the side there is a large pile unopened Transformers. It's one of my projects I need to get to, and it's on the to-do list. So yes, I'm a big Transformers fan, and have been since Generation 1 in the 80s. I love Generation 1, watching it as a kid. Even now, it may be nostalgia, but really loved the show. And I wish I'd gotten into the comics more. Unfortunately, I didn't. Allowance wouldn't allow it. But besides that, Beast Wars came out later. I absolutely loved Beast Wars, especially when small spoiler, it does actually connect to Generation 1. Beast Machines, not so much. That things got a little weird with that. And their series after that, I've hit and missed. Didn't get to see as much because things happened. Like I was on a soccer team at school and always have practice during shows and stuff, so I missed a lot then as I was getting older. But like, I didn't love everything. I did like what I've seen of the it's Armada series, and that one. I really liked the toys, the action figures from that series. And then there was the one after that came out, Transformers Animated. I hope I got the right one. There's some that have very similar titles, but that one was very anime stylish, sort of. I mean, it was a very stylized anime or cartoon, which I think had homages to anime. I really liked the show. I didn't like the designs of the robots as much, and I actually didn't get many of those figures for that same reason. But the show was still good. It was written well. I enjoyed it a lot. And there's been many other shows. There's Transformers Prime, which was really great. the one immediately after that, which was Robots in Disguise, I think. But yeah, big Transformers fan. Not so big fan of the movie. Those were really hard. As far as I'm concerned, there's only been one real Transformers movie, and that was Bumblebee. That was great. Recommend anybody who hasn't seen it to go watch it. You'll learn what Transformers are, I think, through that movie, if you're not even familiar with it. That being said, I'm probably not talking to people who aren't familiar with it. If you're still here, you obviously are probably a big fan too. And I know there's a lot of Lego fans that are fans of Transformers. There's those that make their own mocks and everything else. Yeah, no, it's a good sized community. So I'm sure Lego did too. That's why I don't know if they jumped on that. We're going to talk about that. That's an interesting thing next. But yeah, as far as the movies go, it is hard. I mean, I've seen all of them because part of me is like, I need to go support this. I want Transformer movies. I just don't want these Transformer movies. What am I to do? And then Bumblebee came out and oh, so beautiful. Yeah. Anyways, my fans fanaticism aside, yes, regarding Lego and Transformers. Well, Lego and Hasbro, since Hasbro makes the Transformers and the rights for them. This is a leak / rumor. It's probably more likely just a leak. It will come to truth, but it's probably not just a rumor. But I'm just leaving that out there in case it is just a rumor. But we're going to talk about it anyways because there's some interesting things to discuss. For one, Hasbro has been trying to break into the construction brick market. And I love Hasbro, although things that have been happening recently with them has been questionable. But love Hasbro. I mean, they've got some great lines that they have, and you know, they now do Power Rangers and stuff too, which I know a lot of big people are big fans of them at that as well, although I'm not the biggest fan of that. I did like the original series and some of the other stuff, but like, I'm a bigger fan of Transformers, hands down. But their other licensing as well has been interesting, and they've put out movies for other things as well, and G.I. Joe and stuff, which I watched some as a kid. I'm not super fan of that either. It's okay. But that aside, Hasbro has been trying to work their way into the construction brick market for a while. You may have seen the brand Creo. Well, even before then, they had a line. I don't even know if it's really even a line. There was a couple sets they released, and I think they released it not like their own line like Creo, but it was actually under Transformers. It's been a long time, and I have one of these sets, and the Creo and stuff like that, I will be covering that in a future video, probably series almost. We'll probably do a series on well, I have multiple sets and stuff, so I'll put them together and, you know, do just like I do with the Lego sets and give them a rating and stuff. But before I get any further in that, yeah, so they, even before these Creos came out, they were trying to build or get a construction line going, and they did it, you know, using their Transformers, which is a license, and that's a good idea to work into it. So they had that. I don't remember what it was called. I don't think it was anything specific. And I have bought one of those. I've got to find the set. I don't have the packaging or anything left. I don't even remember what the packaging looked like. That would give me an idea what the brand, if I could remember it. I remember the instructions looked very much like regular Transformer instructions, which I found kind of funny. But I do remember the set. I just gotta find it, and we'll probably, before I even do the Creo stuff, we'll do that. We'll probably do it kind of in order, chronological order, how they were released, because it wasn't good. It wasn't terrible. That's one thing, even with the Creo, and the quality of the product, the bricks, their functionality, how they connect together, there was nothing wrong with it. And yes, they were Lego compatible. It used really, really large pieces. And I don't mean like Duplo chunks, but like a chassis piece that was a large piece. There's just one piece, and then you added more smaller pieces to it. Can't really think of what it'd be similar to, but it didn't look good. That's where it was bad. It had sort of a transforming feature, but you actually had to deconstruct part of it to transform it, and it wasn't good. It didn't look good. Like I said, it was good quality plastic and good quality designing. The pieces were worked well with one another. I never had any issue with that, but they lacked any real design, and like I said, really big chunky pieces, and it didn't look good. Now, moving onward, and I can't remember, I think it was when the first Transformers movie came out, or maybe it was in between the first and second. That's why it kind of blurs together. I think it was when the first one came out, but along that time, that is when Creo was introduced, the Creo line, which is not strictly Transformers. We'll find out later as we look through the Creo line, but started with them. Using your top-selling movie franchise. Well, it wasn't a movie franchise then, but it was the beginning of one. But using that to push this Creo line out and to get things moving. But I mean, it was a good idea, for sure, to do that. But yes, it started with the Transformers, and just like that previous set, the pieces were good. They're sturdy, good plastic, good design, and these sets looked much better than that previous wave or what have you. There was more than one set. I had only picked up the one to test out the product, really, because I've been testing things out a little bit here and there. Anyways, the things I'm interested in, of course. But they looked a lot better, so that gave them much better traction and attraction than that first couple things. Those came out, and then I had never heard of them ever again. But yeah, the Creo line came out, released with the movie or shortly after the movie, around the same time. I can't remember. It's a little foggy right now, but it was a while ago. And they did okay. I mean, it wasn't a super hot seller like Lego was, but I mean, it sold good. The sets looked good. They didn't fully transform. You usually had to rebuild the set into the other form, which is okay. And it gives it more playability a little bit that way. It just, if anybody's pulled apart a set before, that's kind of rough. But yeah, the construction techniques, you used much more smaller bricks. You actually build things up, unlike those first sets, which were just really large pieces that you put together and stuff. Now, so Hasbro had their own line, Creo, and had their own Transformers. And like I said, they had some success. They branched out into some of their other things. They had the movie, what's it called? Oh, Battleship came out, and they had some sets on that. Unfortunately, that movie didn't do as good. I enjoyed it, just to let people know. And I do recommend it. It's a very fun movie. But it came out the same, I think, the weekend after or before. I think after the Avengers came out, at the first Avengers movie, and that was a big thing. And that played for weeks on end and kind of drowned out anything that came out after it. But yeah, it was a fun movie, and they had sets based on the movie. You know, so they were expanding the Creo line past just the Transformers. Although we're primarily talking about Transformers here, and we'll talk more about Creo another time. But I wanted to explain that how well they did. They did okay. They weren't the biggest sellers. I don't think they sold as well as Lego did. And slowly the Creo line just kind of faded away. But they're still there, at least have been still there in the past couple of years. You could find some newer sets at like Dollar Generals and stuff like that. And also, they had blind bags, because one big thing that happened was the minifigures. People love the minifigures. I love the minifigures. And just for reference, we're going to look a lot closer at things like this. I believe this is Hoist, but I'm not sure. We have one right here. And yeah, they were really popular. And they came out with blind bags. They also had they had combiners. Like, they took the actual combiners that they've had, and you would get, I think, 5 figures in the box, 5 of these minifigures, and they had parts in there so you could combine them and build a bigger bot. Those were clever. I got those usually at Toys R Us. Toys R Us did have a lot of this stuff, and then rest in peace, Toys R Us went down. But yeah, and then later on, like I said, you can find this stuff at Dollar General. They had sets based not off the movies by then. They had sets on Robots in Disguise, the sequel after, sort of sequel after Transformers Prime. But even those sets weren't really big, and they were more focused on the minifigures, not the building a large robot. And they also had lots of different blind bags. I don't know how many sets. I've got a bunch of different figures. I don't have any complete sets, which is fine. I even have duplicates. So Hasbro's had their own brand and was building this Creo line, but it faded kind of away. I don't know if they're planning to do anything new with this, especially with what this rumor or leak has exposed, that we are getting an actual Lego brand Transformer. Optimus Prime, no less. Of course, why wouldn't you start with Optimus Prime? Most probably beloved character ever in Transformers. So this has me excited at multiple levels and just a little bit dubious about whether we're actually getting it or not. And also hopeful in the future that we get more. I don't know if we would get more. This might be like a one-off thing, like they made a Voltron set, and they've done a couple other licensing sets. But this also means Hasbro's thrown in the towel with competing with the construction sets like Lego. Now, the Creo sets were pretty good. They aren't... Like, the piece quality is good, but the biggest problem, it's not really a problem, it's what they couldn't compete with Lego, and that's the designs and stuff. The builds. I don't think they could... they had quite the design team that Lego engineers actually have, because they have engineers, people with engineering degrees and stuff like that. And I mean, the Creos was vast improvement over what they had before, but in the long run, I don't think they could compete. And I have not put any of the bigger sets together, the Creos. And let's see here. Yes. So, I have not put any of the bigger ones together, so I'm kind of curious about that. I have a big one, but before I get to there, the release date for this set is supposedly May, probably 1st. I am excited for it for a number of reasons. I mean, the fact I just love Transformers. The fact that it's probably going to be Generation 1 or similar to Generation 1. The Bumblebee movie, those designs were similar to Generation 1. So, you know, they may not be exactly Generation 1, but they may be close to it. Like, a lot of the TV shows, the current TV shows, are similar to Generation 1's designs. So, you know, if they do anything like that, I'm down with it. And I only say that because they don't want to spoil anything in the movie. If Optimus has a new appearance or whatever, they're not going to put a set out a year before the movie comes out teasing, spoiling that, I don't think. So, that's exciting because I like Generation 1. On top of that, if you haven't seen my videos, the newest wave of Ninjago Core, as it's called, the not two largest sets, but the Combo Mech, Ninja Combo Mech, Ultimate Ninja Combo Mech, and Lloyd's Ultimate Green Dragon. I can't remember the exact names of the sets. I have links here and probably at the end of the video for both sets, so you can see my reviews of them. But I discussed in both of them that they had a new system. They have a new system for building large robots and joints, and I'm guessing if we're getting an Optimus Prime, it's going to be built with this new system. And I've also seen some very poor quality, low quality, very not the best leaked pictures of of the summer's wave of Ninjago, where they probably have even more of that mixed in, and it all has got me very excited, and I am very excited to see an Optimus Prime built using these new parts as well. See where they go with it. It's really hard, but I don't know. I want to get it. I want to review it. I don't know if there's going to be money to do that. Right now, I've got money set aside for those Ninjago sets, and really only those Ninjago sets. It's kind of rough. I don't have income coming yet in from the channel or anything like that. So I've got money set aside that. I don't think I'll get to do the Optimus. I will if I can. I want to. And maybe I'll have to do it a little bit later, not when it first comes out. I can't do everything in because it's a lot of stuff to do all at once, and it takes time to build them too. Not to mention just making the videos and stuff. Well, what I am going to do is I have this. Box is a little rough for wear. It's been quite a while since I've gotten it. It's got some shelf wear. But this is the original Optimus Prime that came out when the Creo sets first came out. I haven't put it together. I didn't have space to put it together for a good portion, a good while. So, although it's been opened, I popped the tape. It comes in this really neat little box with a handle. Really high quality packing, I would say. Do have some. I've been shoving my blind bags in here just to have storage space, but nothing has been assembled yet. So when that comes out, I will definitely be doing this, and I won't necessarily be covering all the Creo stuff then. I don't know if I'll get that far with my plans yet, but I will do this. If I get Optimus 2, I will still do this. When we'll have probably like a comparison where I do this and I put that together as well. I'll probably have like 3 different videos. A basic review of each, of assembling them and reviewing each, and then have a comparison video just discussing them and stuff then. I mean, I haven't put this together yet. Haven't even seen pictures of that, if it isn't just a rumor. So it's kind of exciting stuff, and there's a lot of exciting stuff coming out this year. There's all those new Ninjago sets, which I'm really excited for. There's this Optimus, and then there's the Jurassic World sets coming out, and I am excited for them. I don't feel like I probably will end up doing them on my channel if I get any of them. As I said, I don't have money set aside for them. I want to. But the problem with the Jurassic World sets is I feel they just all around lack creativity. Mostly what you're buying when you're getting them is a plastic dinosaur. A Lego plastic dinosaur. Is this a bad thing? Not necessarily. It lacks creativity. Now, there has been sets, and I do have some of them, and I still got to do them, which I'll be doing them for this channel, that have some really cool vehicles in them. And those I really like, and I've been, even though I would have loved to gotten more Jurassic Park and Jurassic World sets, I have focused on ones that have interesting vehicle builds and stuff like that. I would get so much more if I had the money, had the money, and whatnot. But because I love dinosaurs too. I love Transformers. I love dragons. I love giant robots. I love dinosaurs. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff coming out this year. I mean, like I said, the Jurassic Park sets, you pay $50 and you get really a plastic dinosaur and maybe some vehicles. That's just an exaggeration, and all in all, there really isn't that much creativity to these things. So I hesitant to review them because I'm not even sure what I want to do. How I would rate them, because the dinosaurs look good, they work good, they've been designed, but there's no like technique. There's no technique to this. You just put the parts together the way it's supposed to be put together. If they did something different with them, that'd be a different story. But we're getting a little bit off topic, anyways. But yeah, so I'm excited for the Transformers stuff. Even though I haven't looking forward to the new stuff, I haven't put this together. I'm just excited to put this together. This is based off from the movie Optimus, not the classic one, but we'll still give it, you know, good comparison and stuff. Yeah, really excited. So, what do you guys think of all this this rumor, this Transformers stuff? Are you a Transformers fan? Are you just a Lego fan? You know, what do you think? I know I'm excited. Are you excited? Do you have any other ideas for licenses that Lego should be doing? I'm really surprised at this, but Hasbro apparently has given up. But you know, I didn't think they did a terrible job, but yet they still couldn't quite compete with what Lego is doing. And I don't know if we'll get any more Creo stuff. I like the figures, and a lot of people like the figures, but get to the point there's a lot of Transformers characters, plus not only they're Transformers characters, but there's variations of the same character from a different you know, series of Transformers, so you could have quite a few different figures. Yeah, what do you guys think? Please comment down below, let me know, let's talk about this. This is a discussion video, and I would really like to get some discussion going on this. Excited for those new pieces and see what's being done with them. I'm going to be just plain excited to when they finally reveal this set. Let me know what you guys think down below. And of course, if you like this video, hit the like button. Smash it away, like they say. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I don't have many subscribers. I know I've got people watching, but I need subscribers as well. I'm gonna hopefully look into setting up a Patreon and stuff so I can be supported that way. At least, hopefully, maybe, so I can at least keep getting newer sets to review. I will be doing older stuff as well. Continue doing that, and we're going to be slowly going back in time with older stuffs, all the way back to the 80s. Some of my first Lego sets were from the 80s, and I still have them. So yeah, if you want to see that, subscribe, check out my social media links down below in the description as well, and you know, comment, share it with others of similar interests. Both Transformers and Lego, I suppose, even though this is primarily about Lego. Signing off here at the Creation Evaluation channel, reminding you that creativity is key.